thought that, I guess we was going to have a threesome of some type.
What makes you say that?
Because he kept on saying that she said that we all could be friends.
And that's what that meant to you, have a threesome?
No, he
Well, I have been misunderstanding the cues for years.
This is the plaintiff, Renata Pearson. She says the defendant is her ex-boyfriend's current girlfriend, and he was dating both of them at the same time. Needless to say, there's bad blood between them. The defendant slashed 3 of her car tires, also broke her back window. She called the cops and pressed charges, and the defendant promptly posted a sex video of her and her ex-boyfriend on social media, causing her great embarrassment. Bottom line, the defendant owes her. She's suing for $787.28 and expects a judgment in her favor today. This is the defendant, Cheryl Abernathy. She says the plaintiff keyed her vehicle. She videotaped her doing it and now has an order of protection against her. She categorically denies breaking the plaintiff's car windows or slashing her tires. And if anyone's owed anything, it's her, because her automobile was keyed. She's accused of taking it out on a car. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $1,551.06, the cost to cover her damages.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
What you are about to witness is real. The participants are not actors. They are actual litigants with a case pending in civil court. Both parties have agreed to drop their claims and have their cases settled here before Judge Marilyn Millian in our forum, the People's Court.
Be seated. Come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas.
Welcome in.
Renata Pearson, you're suing Cheryl Abernathy for $787.28 for damage to your 2004 Nissan. You are counterclaiming against her $1,551.06 for damage to your 2004 Chrysler. What's going on?
June the 14th, Cheryl came on Northampton where I was at Shamar's cousin's house. And
Whose cousin?
Shamar.
Who's Shamar?
My ex.
Your boyfriend?
Yes.
Okay. Was he your ex at the time?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. She came over there, banged on my window with something. I don't know what she did, but she cracked my window and she slashed my
car?
tire. Yes.
Okay, let's back it up a second. Did you two know each other?
I knew of her. I'm gonna put it like that because I don't know her.
How did you first hear of her?
I caught her and him together.
Oh. Where?
On Northampton, where actually he was staying there at that time.
Did he admit that he was dating her or no?
After a while, yeah. After a while, he did.
And he had no problem with that and just expected you to tolerate it?
Yes. Actually, he thought that, I guess we was going to have a threesome of some type.
What makes you say that?
Because he kept on saying that she said that we all could be friends.
And that's what that meant to you, have a threesome?
No, he
Well, I have been misunderstanding the cues for years.
Well, he said a little more than that, but he kept on insinuating that we all could be friends.
All right, so you break up, he's with her, then why, I mean, are you having problems with her? Why would she show up and damage your car? What had happened before that?
Nothing. Actually, he kept on going back and forth. He was doing the back and forth thing.
When she would kick him out, would you start dating him again?
Not dating him, but...
Would you get physical? Okay, that's my answer. All right, so he did get his cake and eat it too.
Yes,
so
he did. Yeah.
Back and forth and back and forth. And this is going on when, according to you, she comes and damages your car.
Actually, me and his cousin is good friends, and I was at his cousin's house at that time.
Oh, so you think that's what angered her? To see you at Shamar's cousin's house?
Yeah, Shamar was there too, so that was...
Oh, that's the part you skipped. All right, so how do you know that she damaged your car?
I actually have a video. The neighbor across the street from his cousin videotaped her.
Hold that video. Now, you have a counterclaim against her.
Yes.
Interestingly enough, for the exact same thing. Tell me about that.
Probably like May 19th of this year.
Is that before or after what she's talking about?
That was before.
Okay, go ahead.
So she come to my house at 2:30 in the morning, banging and knocking like she lost her key, like she lived there. I hear my daughter, like, Ma, she out here, she keying your car.
How old is your daughter?
19.
And what did you do?
So I instantly called the police on her. When I looked out the window, I picked up my phone off the charger. I started videotaping her. I still didn't go outside at that time. At that time, like, Shamar, you need to go outside and handle that, And he finally did go outside. I remained in the house. I'm waiting for the police to come. And she wound up punching Shamar in the face.
She punched Shamar
in his face.
You want to join us?
Not really.
Not really, huh? I'm going to insist that you join us. Go ahead and stand right there. So, Shamar, what's your secret?
I'm lovable.
You're lovable, is it? You keep going back and forth and back and forth?
Your Honor, I came here to really present the facts and not be with all the shenanigans. So I'm just going to tell you the facts about how everything went down. Okay, me and Renata, we've been friends and we work a lot closer than just that, I should say.
With benefits or without?
With benefits, yes.
Okay, so did she think it was something more? Is that what you're saying?
I always stipulated that, okay, we just friends. You know what I'm saying?
Meaning what, that you got to date other people?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
The night that the incident happened, I was upstairs. I looked out the window. I seen her coming, and I laid back and I said, "Oh, this is not good."
Because at this point you were sleeping with Renata?
Well, yes.
Oh, and then you were also sleeping with her?
Yes.
Right. And so it was shocking to you that these two women would eventually find out?
No, it wasn't shocking.
Right.
And actually, I did apologize to both of them for me being the cause of them actually being here.
I think you like it. I think you like it.
No, I don't.
No, because a guy who doesn't like it gets up out of the bed and goes out and diffuses the situation, not lets it ferment there and watch them go at it and
No,
then
I didn't.
Did anybody, by the way, did anybody damage Shamar's car? No. Oh, no, huh? Okay. So tell me about what happens when Renata comes over.
I see her pull up. Actually, my cousin's in the car with her. She gets out, and when she gets out, because of the angle of the window, me looking down, when I seen her get out her truck, and walks around the car, she could see me if I would stay sitting up, so I laid back. And actually, I tried
Did you see her key the car?
No, I didn't.
Did you see her key the car?
No, my daughter seen her key the car.
So is your daughter here to testify?
No, she not.
Where is she that she's not here to testify?
She home.
Okay. And did you bring an affidavit from her?
No.
No. Do you have a video?
I have a video with her coming to my house at 2:30 in the morning. It was at.
Can I see the pictures of the damage to your car? The damage to your car happens at what time?
Almost like 2:30 something.
In the morning?
Yes.
All right, and let me see the video of that. Get your video ready too, please.
That's it?
Yeah, just got to push play.
All right.
Yeah, he here. Let's talk. He not going nowhere, so.
I don't care if he going nowhere.
Okay, so why you over here?
He ain't going nowhere neither.
It's my time now, so bye-bye. Shut up, Shamar. Bye. I don't come to your house when I'm looking for him. Why you over here? Why you over here? You can stay there till the police come.
What time did the police come?
The police didn't get there till we.
He don't live here.
Probably like an hour later. If you ain't got no gun, they ain't coming quick.
At least I got you on record.
Let me just ask you a question. It sounds like you were enjoying yourself tremendously. So if you were enjoying yourself, I have to imagine Shamar was enjoying himself tremendously.
He does eventually get up. I wasn't enjoying
what does he
myself.
do when he gets
I
up?
was just stooping to her level because this is not something that I was just stooping to her
I don't know what
level.
you're talking about. You stooped beneath her level. She couldn't control herself because she was angry and upset. You deliberately provoked a person who was insane at your front doorstep. These are how shootings happen. And when are you going to get up and do something? What did you do when you finally got up and after the show, you got to watch your show for a while? What'd you do?
Well, Your Honor, what you did not hear was me telling her to get out of the window.
No, I didn't hear that at all, and I was listening.
I know.
I didn't hear that, and in fact, I heard somebody say, "Get up, Shamar."
Yeah, because
that's what I heard. All right, let's see your video. Let me see your video. Now, supposedly, your video happens after this event, and I'm looking at her car, and her car is keyed. If not you, then who?
She never said, "Get away from my car! Don't scratch my car!
Not a word
Don't touch
about it.
it!"
Not
And
a word about it.
and then-
I know her daughter didn't see you scratching
And
the
then
car
when she was
because that'd
getting-
be what she was talking about during that time.
But when I was getting loud, I was getting loud because she was in the window with her pajamas on, pulling her pajamas up and showing her breasts in her.
Can you use another word?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but I was trying to find a better word. For
Yeah, you didn't struggle very long.
I'm sorry. I apologize. I apologize.
Show me this video. Is the person next to you a witness or moral support?
Both.
Who taped this?
The neighbor, his cousin's neighbor, taped it.
Who's coming to talk to her at the window?
Shamar.
What happened to your window?
She cracked it.
Do you have a picture?
No, I didn't take no picture.
I would need to see evidence of it cracking.
I got a receipt. I actually.
You paid for it?
Yes, I paid for it.
Okay, let me see it. All right. I see her going to the house. I think she's looking in a window, frankly. I don't know what she's doing back there. Come on over here. I want you to come over here. Right here. Have you seen this or no?
Just in this corner right here.
Okay, right there. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I did.
She's banging on it, right? Okay, and then it's you walking up and talking to her 3 seconds later. Go ahead and go back to the podium, please. So am I making up a story for you, or did I just see it with my own lying eyes?
I'm gonna tell you, George. I was tapping on it. I really was. I'm not lying. I was truly banging on the window.
Why were you banging on the window?
To get Shamar to come outside, and he did in fact come outside.
Why would you just yell out Shamar? That works for
wasn't
her.
working. That wasn't
it didn't work for her. That's why. Because
It
the last time
wasn't
she was
working.
yelling out there.
Yeah, I was calling him.
And actually, you could hear she cracked. It was a crack on my window, and every day I came outside, the crack got bigger.
Do you have proof that you paid this?
Yeah, that's the receipts.
And you don't have a picture of it?
I didn't never think about it because I just had the video. And then not only that, she slashed my tires, and you could hear the little girl saying she slashed my tires on the video.
Where? End or beginning?
Closer to the end, I believe it is.
Okay. Can I see the police report on that?
Actually, I don't have the police report, but no, I didn't. I made the claim that same day.
Well, can I see the police report?
I don't even have.
Well, you don't either. Why are you doing that? Why are you chicken
because
that? You don't have the police report either. What's that mean?
Like that's the truth. Like that's the truth. Like that.
Kind of
My lawyer directed me to small claims court.
Yeah, that's basically because the criminal justice system can't figure out how big a liar both of you are or how vicious you both are.
Yeah.
I got you screaming out there on the night that there's damage. Oh, by the way, where's your police report about the damage to your car that your daughter saw?
This is all he gave me. This was it. This was all he gave me. This is it. That's what all he gave me. That was it. That was all he gave me.
Okay, this shows that you called the police that night at 3 in the morning. And it also shows that you said then she scratched the passenger side of my vehicle.
Yeah.
It does not show, notably, that your daughter witnessed it. Let me see an estimate for the fixing of your car.
Judge, I have one more thing to say.
I live for the moment.
She has a Facebook message that Cheryl sent to someone saying about the damage of my car.
Who is she?
That's her sister.
Your Honor, I haven't spoke to my sister in 2 years. I don't even know why she's here. I haven't spoke to her in 2 years, Your Honor.
Come on up.
And welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here in front of the TMZ Hollywood Tour Bus. We're going to blend the two today. So, does it ever work out when two people date the same, when one person dates two people at the same time?
Well, if they established it from the very beginning that they...
Even if they established it.
If they have established that they're monogamous, then no, it's not going to work because they...
No, I didn't say monogamous. I just said, does it ever work?
It takes all types to make a world, Harvey.
Anybody ever done it? Anybody ever done it? Quickly. Anybody not want to admit they've done it? Okay, going inside the courtroom.
You are her sister?
Yes,
And
I am Cheryl's
When was
biological
the last time you
sister.
spoke with her?
A couple of months, maybe 6 months, something like
She
that.
said she hadn't spoken to you in 10 years.
2 years, Your Honor.
2 years.
You know, Your Honor, It's one of those things where my sister has issues, okay? I have the text message from my ex-husband that they were texting each other back and forth on Facebook saying that as long as the judge didn't see me do it,
Oh yeah,
they don't have any evidence.
Yeah,
so
let me see that.
She only got pictures. I would take a pictures.
As long as you can't see me break it, then I'm good. She's trying to make me pay for something I didn't break.
I didn't break it.
Do you have custody of her children?
Yes.
Where do they live?
They currently live with her since June of this year. She's trying to
And why are you kids physically there?
Because I started my new job.
Yeah, but there's
I just
three of
couldn't leave
them.
them.
She has 8, Your Honor, by 8 different men.
Yep. And look at you. You look like you
I
got
have
one.
none.
I'm done. I'm done. I need you both to stop.
Okay, Your Honor.
Do you seriously have 8 kids?
Yes, I do.
Are any of them living with you? Mm-hmm. Why are 3 of the children there?
Because I started my job. That's how they got over there.
What job? Are you an astronaut? What job do you have that you can't have 3 children? Maybe you need to pay a little more attention to the children and a little less attention to all this drama
I don't pay
that's
attention
going on
to
here.
them. They bring that
No,
drama
I
to
think
me.
you kind of enjoy it, to be honest with you.
No, I don't.
Somebody sent you sex tapes?
No, she put
Yes.
the sex video
Yes.
of me and Shamar on Facebook.
No. She sent me that video, so she trying to make me mad.
You know
sending me
what?
videos.
Y'all just too much. I can't. It's like, at first it's kind of humorous and then it's just dog.
That's
it's
how I
just
feel.
completely depressing.
Please.
Did you get the car fixed?
No, I didn't.
Did you get your car fixed?
Yes, I got my car fixed.
I'm going to need to see proof you paid this because the word paid isn't anywhere and I need to know that you in fact had a broken window.
Well, actually, I paid for it. I don't. The man came out to my house and did it, and that's the only thing he had.
Right.
To give
Normally
me.
there's a sign. You're supposed to sign here and I don't see that signature.
Well, he didn't ask me to, Your Honor.
What's the 100? The 150 is for the glass?
The tires.
The
She slashed my tires.
Are you suggesting that on that video I see her slashing tires? Because I looked at it twice and I didn't see that. Okay. I have direct proof that she was banging on your back window. I'm going to need direct proof that you paid this bill. I'll give you a week to get that together. Assuming that I see that to my satisfaction, I am ordering you to pay her the $787.28. As for the $1,551 on the counterclaim, I find insufficient proof that that occurred in front of me. But I got to tell you something. You're both so deserving of each other, I can't even begin. That's my verdict.
And with that, the defendant exits the courtroom right here. Step in next to me here a little bit, right here. And what's going through your mind here? What was that?
Nothing. I'm just happy it's over and the Lion King and her little cub can have fun.
You look like, at times it almost looked like you were enjoying what was going on. And then until your sister stepped up into the picture here, then you got upset.
Only because she's always around. She always do fraudulent stuff. She under investigation anyway, so.
How'd you get yourself stuck in between these two ladies like this?
I don't even want to elaborate anymore on any of this. I really apologize, to both of these women for me being the cause of it, but I'm not really going to go into it because I don't get a kick out of this.
All right around the corner this way. All right, step on in here. And what's your comment on this now?
I'm just glad it's over. She did a lot of lying, and I don't like drama.
If you don't like drama, you've been stuck in the middle of it for all this time like this.
Yes, and it's over now.
Yeah. So you're telling us you're done with him for sure?
For sure. That's all I can say.
All right. What was it like to see your sister there for the first time? You saw her for the first time, and how long? What was that like for you, seeing her there?
Depressing. That was totally depressing. You're not taking care of your children. That's not fair to them.
Okay. Harvey?
Okay, Kurt, the plaintiff ended up submitting the proper paperwork, got the full amount. And we'll do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
This is the plaintiff, Bernadette Lambus. She says her friend was walking an 18-pound dog one day when the defendant's 2 dogs approached and attacked her dog, biting her in the butt. The defendant's an arrogant snob who refuses to pay for her unruly dog's misdeeds. And she's here in the name of justice, seeking the $611.55 she's owed for various vet bills. This is the defendant, Regina Flynn. She says the plaintiff's little yappy dog started the fight by jumping on one of her dogs. The plaintiff's dog was the aggressor. Her dog was just defending himself. Animal control agreed, and she refuses to be taken advantage of by the likes of the plaintiff. Oh, her? Ha! She's accused of being doggone mad.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket, the plaintiff says the defendant's 2 dogs bit her dog in the butt and won't pay the vet bills. But the defendant says the plaintiff's dog was yappy and the aggressor. It's the case of in the butt pup.
Thank you, Douglas. Bernadette Lambus, you are suing Regina Flynn for $611.55, $311.55 of that for vet bills, and another $300 for good measure for aggravation because her dog attacked your dog. Tell me what happened.
Well, my dog was on her leash and was being walked by my friend. And her dog, there are 2 of them, and they're walked on the same leash. And the bigger one, the brown one, got loose from
What kind
the
of dog
leash.
is this?
Mine's a Shih Tzu.
And that dog was on a leash?
Yeah.
Okay, and then why don't I let you tell me since you were there? You were not there, right?
Right.
Okay, so what was it that happened? You were not walking your dog.
No,
right?
I was not. My sister was.
Your sister was, and your sister's not here?
No, she's not.
Okay, go ahead. You have
a letter from her.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, well, her sister was walking the dog. Obviously, the dogs are too big for her sister to be walking off of one leash.
Well, what kind of, when you say
Can I
one,
get it? I do have it.
Yeah, it's one leash with 2 heads?
Yeah.
Correct. And then here's a picture of her, what it looks like with the dogs on it.
Okay, so she's walking the dogs, and what kind of dogs do you have?
I have a collie golden retriever, and then I have an Australian Shepherd mix.
Is that your sister?
That's my sister. The brown one is the dog that allegedly started it.
Okay, started it? Okay, so talk to me. What happens? I'm sorry.
Well, I was just walking the dog. I was almost at the house, and her sister couldn't control the dogs. The big brown one got off the leash and attacked her little dog.
Is that what your sister told you happened, that he got off the leash?
First of all, I had taken the garbage out, and knew my sister was coming back, so I was on the porch. And what happened is, once the confrontation started, Ellie slipped out of her collar.
What did you see happen?
I saw, when they were near each other, the little Shih Tzu started barking and reared like she typically does when she encounters people. And that's when my Ellie got into protective mode. And as my sister's trying to lead her away, she slipped.
So, and that's what you say occurred, that the dog got out. Why are you making a face, though?
Now she's saying her dog's the aggressive one. That's kind of funny.
Aggressive?
Her dog is, yeah, that's what she just said. Yeah.
Okay, she says that the dog was yapping and rearing on its hind legs. That's dog behavior.
Yeah,
That's not, there's nothing unusual about that.
But that's not my dog.
I don't care if it is. I don't care if your dog starts trash talking and smack talking that dog. I don't care. In any event, you end up having to take the dog to the vet. And what does a vet do? Just clean out the wounds and stuff?
Yeah, I get all the paperwork.
Any injections, any shots, any stitches, anything?
They didn't have to do stitches, but she had to wear a cone for 2 weeks.
Oh, there's no dignity in that. The dog had to wear the cone? Oh, for the love of
So
God.
the poor little thing, she can't figure out how to eat with this thing on.
Well, you take it off for them to eat. What are you, cruel, and feed them?
Well, the dog didn't tell me I could take it off.
Oh,
so
huh.
she told me that that's what it was basically for. It's just to keep her from licking at them.
Right.
or
Why do
biting
you
at
feel
them.
like you are not responsible? Because their dog yapped?
No, it didn't just yap. It growls
like that?
it jumps up. And not only that, Your Honor.
Hey, did it jump on your dog? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, and if I had...
Did it jump? Stop and listen to my question. Did that dog, you know what the word on means, right? Here's this, that's on that.
Right.
Did that dog go on your dog?
She jumped up at her and growled, Your Honor.
Did that dog jump on your dog?
No.
Yes or no? No.
Okay, are small dogs generally afraid of larger dogs? I'm going in the back here.
Yes, I think so.
Why?
They just seem more intimidated, and in my experience at home, that's what's happened.
Is that right? Does everybody agree with that?
No way. Little dogs are always barking at big dogs like they're just as big.
Why?
Because they have like the lion kitten complex.
No, they have a Napoleon complex. Don't you understand going inside the courtroom?
So a dog was walking by your dog. Your dog gets loose and bites that dog, and you do not feel responsible because that dog had the hubris to bark and stand up on its hind legs. That's what dogs do. The dogs are animals, folks. We expect them to do exactly what they do. You know, that's not, that is not, there's nothing wrong with the dog. The dogs are doing what dogs do. It's the human behavior that we judge in a courtroom, okay? The law requires you to be in control, and if you can't be in control, if your sister's trying to pull the dog and do the right thing and get the dog, more farther away from each other, and the dog escapes out of the leash, who the heck but you is going to be responsible for what happens?
The dog overall is an antagonistic dog, and my dog went into protective mode.
Okay, I don't have a problem with your dog. I think your dog is lovely. You, I'm having a little problem with. Okay, now, was there some confrontation between you two?
Okay.
After the fact?
After the fact? What happened?
Oh, she came out and she started, and she wouldn't finish what she had to say.
What did she say? Okay, you want to tell me about it?
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
and actually I have the police report too.
Ooh, what happened?
If you would like it. So what happened was this, is I was at the top of my driveway, it was about 5 o'clock. She was walking by with the dog, but she was in the street. I said hi. Little did I know, I shouldn't have. I said hi, and she said to me, you better pay that vet bill. And I said, that is not a discussion I'm having with you. You do not own the dog. She started walking away, and you probably don't want me to say what she said to me.
No, I do.
Really?
You don't know me very well.
But
I do, as a matter of fact.
Okay. She said me and my sister were too fat.
Okay.
To which I replied, better than being a drunk.
Okay.
At which point she whipped around, came down my driveway about 12 feet, at which point I turned around, I said, stop, you're trespassing, I'm gonna call the police. So at that point, she left my
Wow, a lot
driveway.
of action in this neighborhood.
Right. At that point, she left my driveway, and she started walking away and said, you better watch your back. So once she said that, I called the police.
And what happened? What'd they say to you?
They just said, whatever, you don't want the conflict around. I said, but she did start that fight.
How did she start it?
She started running her mouth.
Saying what? That's whatever.
That's why I couldn't hear what she was saying. I said, what did you say?
Okay.
And then she told me, I better watch my back. I'm like, I better watch my back. Are you kidding? Anyways, and I said it back to her.
Okay. All right, my dears, here's how it's going to work.
There's more, though.
There's more?
Oh my God.
Yeah, from my perspective. So in her report, she says to the Quincy Mass Court, she said she asked Miss Flynn to pay the vet bill. Miss Lambers has never spoken to me.
Okay.
In probably 3 years, because there's a contentious relationship. I won't even get into it. The police are called a lot because of different things.
But wait, between you two parties, the police have been called?
Yes.
Really?
She never asked me for the money, Your Honor.
She never asked
She never showed me a vet bill. She never asked me for the money.
According
her
to
son,
you-
wait,
Go
her
ahead, her
son
son
came
did.
over and said, my mother wants you to pay this vet bill. This was
Right.
in September.
Right.
And
What'd you say to the son?
I said, your mother needs to woman up and come over and talk to me.
I didn't know you'd admit it. So your mother needs to woman up. Well, why? She doesn't want confrontation. She doesn't feel like having an argument with you. Look at what happens in the driveways between you people. But so what? No. It's not up to you to decide who needs to woman up and go to your house. That's nuts. You know what? Pay the lady. Not because of that, but because you have to. It's your dog who got loose. $311.55. You don't get to double that because you're annoyed and you're aggravated. That's not, you don't get aggravation.
Excuse me.
I don't care. You don't get aggravation. That is not a legal cause of action, folks.
Okay.
What you get are your damages. That is my judgment.
Defendant's right here coming out of the courtroom. The judge has just told you who was at fault here. What's your reaction to this?
The judge said I was at fault, but I don't agree with her. And and what I forgot to mention to the judge is they didn't file the complaint until the woman threatened me, and I filed a police report, which was 90 days later.
Why did the judge say you were at fault?
Because the dog slipped her collar.
Right, and you're in control of the leash, and you're the human, so the dog didn't do anything wrong.
Nope.
You're responsible to control that dog on that leash. So who was at fault?
I don't believe it was us.
Okay. Boy, that's a nice neighborhood you got there. Here, step right over here. What's going through your mind here?
Well, for one thing, the judge ended it before I could tell her that's not the only time that dog has gotten off that leash.
What's the problem between you and her?
Because she's a pain.
Harvey?
Okay, Kurt, real simple. The defendant violated the leash law, end of story. Now, we'll do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
This is the plaintiff, Brian Linares Ponce. He says he and a few of his friends rented a house near the campus of his college, and the landlord's now taking advantage of him since he moved out. The slumlord who fixed nothing is keeping most of his security deposit on trumped-up bogus repairs that he says needs to be made due to damage. He's here in the name of justice, standing up for the little guy, for what's right, and is suing the defendant for every single penny of the $705 he's still owed. This is the defendant, Michael Hawksby. He says he's been renting to college kids for the better part of 10 years, and he knows what his rights are as a landlord, and he has every right to keep a portion of the plaintiff's security deposit. He left the place in total disarray, broke the front and back doors, and thought a magic fairy was going to come and clean the place up once he deserted it. He's sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but if you leave a tenancy without cleaning the place up before you go, you have to pay because there ain't no magic fairy. He's accused of taking advantage of some college kids.
All parties, please raise your right hand.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket. The plaintiff rented a house during college, says the defendant screwed him out of his security, but the defendant says the plaintiff and his buddies were pigs, even broke the doors. It's the case of I flunked homeroom.
Okay, Brian Linares Ponce,
Yes.
Valerie Joseph, and Phil Mahotier. You're representing all three. You have power of attorney to speak for all of them?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. You are suing your former landlord, Michael Hawksby, for $705 that was not returned to you of a security deposit that you say you are entitled to.
Yes.
Okay, talk to me. What happened?
So in May of 2014, I did not get housing on campus, so I looked off
Where did you
campus,
go?
Rutgers University.
Okay.
And Mr. Hawksby's location was the only place that I found, and it was close and affordable, so I chose this place, although it was not up to living condition.
Meaning?
Because the front door from the street to the apartment did not have a doorknob. It was just, there was just a hole in the door. And that, throughout the year...
Wait, how would you go in and out of the front door?
You just open it. It was just wide open. I
Okay.
have pictures of the hole.
Let me see it. So you rent the place starting when? September?
August 15th,
And you lived there for how long?
10.5 months.
This door leads where?
To the street.
Okay. What's that about?
Is there a date on that photo, Your Honor?
Well, it says February 19th.
Yeah, that's after they kicked the door in, Your Honor.
The door was always like that.
What makes you say he kicked the door down?
Because I got a text message from him on Monday, January 5th, 2015. Good morning, Mike. There was a minor altercation last night in my apartment, and for the safety of my roommates and tenants, I would like to change locks on both doors. So I replied, what happened? We had a little misunderstanding with one of our friends, and we kicked him out because he got too drunk, and we thought we locked the door, but he ended up coming back even though we thought we locked it.
Let me see the text. Was that to your door of your apartment or to the front door?
To the front door. The guy got in.
Of the building or of your apartment?
Every door, all three doors, the front door, the door to my apartment, and the door to the house were all faulty.
In the text it says, there was a minor altercation last night at my apartment, and for the safety of my roommates and the tenants, I would like to change locks. Never really felt safe with the door. We kicked one of our friends out. How does that translate to he kicked the door down?
Because when I went there, the door jamb was kicked in. The only way that a door jamb could be broken and kicked in is if the door
Do you have pictures of that?
I don't have pictures of that. No, I don't. But the only way to break a door jamb, Your Honor, is if the door is shut or locked with some kind of bolt, which there's 2 bolts on that door. There's 2 bolts on both doors.
Was the door jamb busted?
It was when I first moved in, and the back door was also busted.
Why wouldn't you have complained about this sooner?
It was just negligence on my part.
So let's put that to aside one moment. There was one of your roommates. How many people lived there?
3.
The security deposit was how much?
$1,350.
Okay. So at the end, somebody didn't pay their rent, right?
Yes.
So you don't deny that he's due the 4 or something.
No, I don't
right.
deny that.
So what you're suing for is the rest of it, and the rest of it represents money that you removed for the door. Can I see the receipt for the door?
Sure.
And the changing of the locks?
Sure. I have the receipt for all the
Were
work.
there 2 doors that needed to be changed?
There was 3 that I changed. I changed them all out because if I was going to do the work, I was going to do all the work. So I changed them all out.
Right.
I only charged them half of what it cost me.
Right, but did you ever say to them at that point, I expect you to pay for the changing of all 3 doors?
So can a judge be more suspicious because the tenants are college students?
No, I think you could be a bad tenant at any age.
You can be a bad tenant, but is the presumption you're a lousy tenant if you're a college student?
Absolutely. I mean, they usually are. So if it looks like it does.
Yeah, you look like you were really wild in college. I gotta tell you. Going inside the courtroom.
It says it in the lease, ma'am, that any of the damage they do to the property will be taken out of the security deposit.
Okay, but see, I have to make sure, my job in cases like this is, I understand that you're renting to students, right? It's right by Rutgers, that's where it's almost always students, right?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. And I understand how students leave a place. I mean, not all students, but I did see your pictures. Who's the lady with you?
My mother.
Oh, I'm going to show your mother the picture. Now, you actually want me to see video of how great you left the place.
Yeah.
So first I want to see your video. Can I just have your phone? Are you still at Rutgers?
Yes.
What are you studying?
Criminal justice, pre-law.
I can smell a lawyer. You're going too fast. It's good that you're taking video, but you're going way too fast.
Yeah,
and
I was.
Plus, it's kind of filthy in your own video.
But that was the day before the lease was over.
Well, then what are you taking a picture of this for, lawyer? Counselor, you're going to take a picture of something that's dirty to show to me? But trust me, Judge, I cleaned it after that.
You're right.
Do you have pictures of how you handed it over?
I don't.
You should always have, especially if you're renting to students. Do you have a telephone?
Yes, I do.
Does your telephone take pictures?
Yes, it does.
It's not just for nasty pictures. It's also for evidence. So every time that you hand an apartment over and every time that you get an apartment, you take pictures and video. All right. Can I see your pictures that you took of how they left the place? I'm still somewhat unsatisfied with your answer on the doors. If there's 2 door jams busted or 1?
1, Judge.
On 1 door, okay. And you don't bring it up with them because you figure you'll just take the security deposit?
At the end, I settle up with them at the end.
Okay. But how is it $500 to fix the door jams? But
That's
3
some labor.
solid core doors were $70.
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
And then I get charged to put them in. And quite honestly, I don't have an itemized down to the labor. I don't have that.
What happened that night with your friend who was drunk?
We had an altercation inside the apartment, so...
What was an altercation?
Well, it was all verbal, nothing physical. But after that, I was just like, you got to get out. And he got out, and then I went to bed. I went to bed. It was late. It was around 2 a.m.
What did you mean then in the text when you say, we thought we locked the door, but he ended up coming back, even though we thought we locked it? So if that's the case, anyone can come in. What do you mean by that?
I'm not really sure what I meant by that.
All righty. Do you have a picture of the busted door jams?
No, I don't, Judge. It was the middle of the winter when I was switching them out in between snowstorms. It was a bad time to do doors, Judge.
Got it. All right, guys. I'm going to allow you $100 for the cleaning of the place. I'm going to allow you $250 for any portion that they may have had to do with busting an old door jam on a door. So of the $705 that you've kept, I'm going to allow you to keep $350, which means that you have to return $355 verdict for the plaintiff. Good luck, folks.
Well, this defendant, the landlord's had some experience renting to students before. This is nothing new for you to be in court?
No, it's nothing new. This happens, well, out of everybody that I've ever rented to, maybe this is the third or fourth time.
Now, do you take pictures on the way in and on the way out for each tenant?
I generally do, and I couldn't find them for this apartment.
All right, your responsibility for that. All right, right around the corner this way. All right, here he is, the criminal justice student here. How'd your first experience in the courtroom go?
It went well.
Yeah.
And I'm absolutely agree with the judgment.
Oh, that's a smart thing to say. You're learning very fast. So you can see you're 1 for 1 in the legal system so far?
Yes.
What else have you learned here today?
To leave the place clean.
Okay. Harvey?
Okay, Kurt. Well, the landlord didn't have critical pictures here, and it is so important for both landlords and tenants. When you move into a place, both sides take pictures of everything. And then when you move out, both sides take pictures of everything. That will be the long and the short of the story.